Wow. Okay. It went live. I'm always vaguely surprised. Using my new Brave browser. Hello, Crime Stoppers. Good morning. Uh, Guten Tag. Uh, Buenos dias. Here, look. All right, that's what you write right there. 3 cent stamp. There it is. Put a 3 cent stamp right about there, and this thing will get sent off for 3 cents. Remember 3 cents for it's basically if you just put a letter in here, it's 3 cents. Um, I have a bunch of stuff that I shared about 3 cent stamps, but 3 cent stamps, it's a thing. It works. Oh man, is there stuff to go over? Holy cow! And I didn't shave, and I didn't. Of course, I didn't. Anyhow, I got some notes here to share with you. So what it boils down to, what it basically boils down to, is that birth certificate is a 75-year lease on your body. They own you, like literally, they own the body. They have converted the landlord into the leasee. They also claim to own the thing that animates the body, various things. See, it's three things. That's one thing. And the three things are the Vatican, the City of London, and DC. And each one of them basically gets a piece of you, but it all goes back to the Vatican when you get down to it. But the bottom line is you can change this with a little bit of paperwork. You need to write them and let them know. Hey, there's some Nemos. I'm aware of these Nemos, and you can't be a landlord and a leasee at the same time. So I'm the landlord of this body. This is my body. You can't have it. It's so ridiculous. And this is actually what's going on. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So here, you're claiming this. You're not changing your status per se. I mean, you are, but you aren't. But what you do is you're claiming your status. And it's already been laid out. What are you? Me, myself, and I. We are a celestial being. Let's see here. Fraud vitiates everything from the start. So it's, what is it? Void ab initio, right? Studying my Latin. I'm kicking butt on Duolingo. Come find me on Duolingo. It's a ton of fun. But you have to rebut all of their presumptions. And it's interesting because I started looking into presumptions and rebutting presumptions, and all of a sudden all the video and people that I'm looking at started talking about rebutting presumptions. Interesting. Anyway, so you have creator endowed rights that are protected by these constitutions. They are not given by these constitutions. So the presumption that you are a leasee or anything but the landlord, anything but the owner, is just that, a presumption that needs to be rebutted. Let's see here. No, am I going to get into that? That's the actual paperwork of you got to give a notice of special appearance with objection to their jurisdiction, make your claim, and then you follow that with a motion to dismiss for lack of personal jurisdiction. See, they don't have jurisdiction over the body. They have only jurisdiction over the fictions. And I mean, here, wait, I will read to you. I have plenty of reading to do today. This is going to be a long one. So yeah, come back and hit, what do you call it? Go put it on, hello, put it on 2x speed and watch it, because this is going to be a bit of reading and stuff here. And then I'm going to put some links below, or links in the chat over here to probably below, to some channels that have, I mean, you can listen all day to these guys. They have stuff from Manly P. Hall, stuff from other Masons, some of the older books that are hard to find. Anyway, let's see, emollients. Yeah, we won't talk about that. What else have we got here? Yeah, I got like I said, I got just a crap ton of stuff. But let's just read. Oh, wait, and I think it's the other side of this. Nope, it's another one. I have yet another page of notes here someplace. Oh, here's the other thing. Look what I just got back from our buddies at the IRS. Yeah, finally, they got this back to me. It was delivered in December. I finally got the green card. You don't need the green card to proceed, by the way, because you can just look up the the number. And this number, by the way, should be on your document so you can match everything. And you can tell them, oh yeah, you got it on such and such date. And if you're doing the, I'm just doing 30, 30, 30, so I don't care. But the idea is that, say you wanted to give them 10 days. Well, you didn't have to wait for this card to show up. You could have given it to them, or, written them a letter that says, I sent you this letter. It shows that this number was delivered on December 28th. It's January 28th, and then you can start your next process, which is, by the way, you haven't answered, and they haven't sent me anything back. The only thing I got back is this thing. Tells me that their silence agrees. So now the presumptions that I put there, where I said, hey, my individual master file should read MFR01. By the way, I'm non-decedent, etc. All right. I noticed you. Now I'm going to tell you that I noticed you and that you didn't respond. So it seems that your presumptions are incorrect, and my statements that I sent you are correct. Here's another notice. And then you do one more notice. You done told them 3 times. They don't have a leg to stand on. All right. And a gentleman always gives notice, right? Above all, Lucifer is a gentleman. Let's see here. Yeah, look, I got pages and pages of notes to cover today. Oh, did I want to talk about this? I do want to talk about this. The 3 8s, the 3 7s, 3s, the law of 3s. Oh, essay. Here's something interesting. Because a lot of the what's the word I want? Cholos will call you essay. Hey, essay. Essay, ESSE. It's a legal term in being actually existing, right? Right. In being actually existing is what essay means, as opposed to posse, which is maybe, like possibility. Etymology, hugely important. My son is now learning etymology because that's something that you should have learned in kindergarten through 18, where you actually learn where the words come from. Etymology, like pharmacology. If you understand that pharmacology doesn't mean what you think they don't make medicine. They make poisons and elixirs and potions. Let's see here. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to quiet your title. You don't want to breach the peace. You want to stay on your square, and you want to let them know that they need to cease and desist from making you be a leasing your own body. You don't want to lease your own body. You own this thing. It seems pretty obvious that you own this thing, but no, they didn't. They converted you. Unlawfully, by the way, unlawful conversion. And see, this is the thing. You got to understand that they use grammar, language, absolutely to trick you and fool you, because you think it's one thing and it's another thing. Or in this case, the crown, the temple, and the bar. That's 3 things, but no, it's one thing, right? The local, state, and federal government. 3 things. No, it's one thing. Government. So again, the City of London, the Vatican, and DC, that's one thing. It's 3 things, but it's one thing. And you got to get that through your head, that 3 things is one thing. And a lot of times, other things is, right, you think it's the same thing, and it's not. You think person is the same thing as man or woman. It's not. It is, but it isn't, unless, you have to let them know that by person, you mean natural person. By person, you mean living thing, not the corporate thing. And I'm going to read you a little treatise about that in just a second. Let's see here. Oh, clan, tribe. This is important. You got to know your tribe. Got to know your clan. Got to know your tribe. A tribe called Quest. You got to know your tribe. And you got to know the meanings of the words. And the way you learn the meanings of the words is etymology and law dictionaries. And I'm not going to get into that stuff. That gets way too esoteric. And I probably am not going to get. Okay. The grantee is not to cause harm to the grantor. Yeah, you beat a grantor, as it turns out, because none of this paperwork exists if you weren't born. So, this is a maximum of law. So, the grantee, to whom that's basically stealing you, basically trafficking you, basically using these documents that your parents and yourself don't understand, called birth certificates, and then they use that birth certificate to get you your transmittal number, which is the Social Security number, and then they have all these other secret account numbers that have your bonds attached to them and so forth. I do have that. And see, it's no longer conspiracy theory for me because it's proof. And once you start reading, you understand that, yeah, this is the case, that what they've done is what they've done. And that it's not a joke, and that it's not like, and it's difficult to get out from underneath this whore, but perseverance is your way out. All right. So I set up, this is my, Treasury Retail Security Services account number, customer number, and account number and case number, all on this one document to send in. They don't want to give me my bonds, but how did I find my bonds? I went to my birth certificate. I looked in the very bottom, and in red, there's a number down there. And then I looked it up on the what value of my bonds calculator, and sure enough, there's bonds there for me. And I have them here, or I had them. Oops, maybe it's in a different folder. I just pulled all my folders out because I knew I was going to make this video. Oh, well, here's this. That's what I started off with. But all right, let's not jump around. Let me come back to this one in a second. Here, yeah, is not the right folder. Is it? All right, now those are copies. All right, so hold on a second here. Just wanted to show you this so you know, right? Because it's like I said, don't believe, you got to know. And damn it, I did pull this stuff out, and this is not the right stuff. All right, but here's this. All right, so well, since I'm looking at it, here's a treatise on using those 3 cent stamps. I've talked about this before. It's not bullshit. It's a thing. There is a post office. You got to understand that the world has been split in two. There is the United States Post Office and the United States Postal Service. They basically are under the same house, but at the same time, they're not the same thing. But see, there's 2 things that's the same thing. Then you don't know which one to use. And the 3 things that the same thing, we're part of the DC thing, but it's all part of the whole thing, which is the DC, the Vatican, the City of London. So we use the money from the City of London. Kind of fun. Oh, wait, and here is even the letters themselves that I sent that have, just look, it's a 3 cent stamp. Can you see it's a 3 cent stamp? It's a 3 cent stamp. All right, it works. I've sent lots of, here's a couple of them. I've sent several of these letters out just to test it because I don't trust anything either. Right? So just because some guy on the internet says it doesn't make it so. So you should probably, trust but verify, and then you find out, and then you find out more. Oops, don't want that one. All right, then is it in that other? I got one more folder here. Way over, God, way over here. Is this it? Nope, these are court documents. Yeah. All right. I hate that because I was just looking at it. And that all it is, what I'm looking for is a list of my bonds for you to see. So you can see that, yes, you go and write for them and they will tell you that, yes, these things exist. And is that, yeah, here they are. Okay. I think this is it. Or not. Just copies of the thing. I need copies of the. See, I have these all digitally scanned so that I can send faxes and so forth. And these are just copies of the forms that you use to get the bonds. There you go. All right. So here is a list of them. This is from Treasury, that same account, Treasury Retail Security Services, Fiscal Services, and so forth. This is, what form is this? This is form 3500. FS form 3500, revised May 2019. Anyway, so you use this form, and notice I put my thumbprint and signature across it, And then there are all the listing of bonds that I found, right? That's the number off of my, wait, that's the number off of my birth certificate. This is the amount, and that's the date. And the dates are all right around my birthday, oddly enough, my birth month. And then over here in notes, excuse me, it tells you I give them my routing number, which is my social security number, and the case number, which is the number off of the top of my birth certificate, or that's your what do you call the number that was given to them as your birth number, the number that was written into the book of life, as it were, your birth number in the state that you were at, and a couple other little pieces of information there for them to help them. But of course, they don't know what I'm talking about. They've lost it. And now I got to make sure I put this sheet back in with the right bunch of stuff. This one? No, it's not this one. Well, actually, I can put it here, and I got to make copies anyway. All right. So, bottom line is, you got to go do the research for yourself. And I think I've been listening to Patrick Devine, and he basically says, he's been doing the people that were listening back then a few years ago. He's passed now, but Patrick Devine was quite the interesting dude, figuring out that you got to know what the words mean. But he was doing a disservice because he was giving you templates or giving us templates, and then people would just cut and paste, never look up the words, right? You got to be able to write your own documents, man. And I have been writing my own documents. I have written a letter to risk management. I have written, anyway, and just letting them know, hey, I can't make any accusations or allegations right now, but I'm gonna. So here's the stuff I need. I need to know your bond numbers. I need to know, you got to show me some science. I just asked for basic stuff. I'm a little phlegmy today because I put black seed oil up my nose. And usually when I put the black seed oil up my nose, I lay there for an hour or something like that. But this time I stood up afterwards because I full of piss and vinegar today. I got all kind of stuff to do. And this is one of the things I want to get out of the way. Because I've been wanting to make a video like this for a while now because there's so much. Oh my God. If you guys think for just a second, if the thought has crossed your mind that nothing is happening and that Trump just went home, you silly, you got TDS of the red kind. They knew that they were going to steal this thing, and they let them steal the thing because you got to let them steal the thing before you can accuse them of stealing the thing. You can't accuse them of wanting to or thinking about it or gonna if they have the chance. You got to let them do it. All right. Now they have done, and now they're covering up. And now he knows. If you've watched interviews with this guy, because I went back and I found every freaking thing I could find on Donnie, all David Letterman appearances and Tonight Show appearances, and all the talk shows and all. And bro, the guy was famous, and very right up until nobody once accused this guy of racism until such time as that they needed to tar him to try and slow him down when he got into the presidency. And it's the same thing. I ain't no socialist. I fucking hate Bernie Sanders. I hate Democrats in general. I hate Democrats so much. I hope you guys all go get your vaccines. Go get all 3 of your vaccines, right? I have friends that are working for various county organizations, and they're getting shit because they won't take the vaccines. And yet all the people that got their second shot, a lot of them are using their sick days now, right? They're calling in ill. Because here's the, seeing I can't talk too much about that, but just encourage your Democrat friends to go get it, or else they're hypocrites and they hate grandma. But the idea is that oh, I'm sure. We'll see. I don't think Trump. It could be, but I don't think so. I think that he went in there and saw what they were doing and decided to clean it up. But that's just my opinion. Doesn't mean that that's the case. But the idea being is that, wait, before I got the thing. Okay, so they understand our psychology better than me. This is the one thing I started to understand now that I start reading the, a lot of the books and studying the videos and studying those who actually came forward to try and give you an idea of what the hell these people were about. You call them, from the Brotherhoods and so forth. Manly P. Hall is somebody you might want to look into. There's many others than that, though. And they used to give lectures. But the idea is know thyself. They understood how this thing works. They understand how to program it. They understand how to, and then if you won't program it, they're happy to program it for you. But the idea being is that the first one was placebo. Oh yeah, I took it. Nothing happened. I'm fine. And the next one, right? Or maybe you were a little leery, but your friend Joe went and got it, and he's fine. Or right? Okay. So, and Joe wouldn't lie to you. Or your nurse, or your friend who's a doctor, or whatever. Yeah, that first one. Yep. Get them with the first one, and then they take the second one. And now, like I said, many of I'm getting reports back from people who are around people that are foolish enough to believe these people have their best interests at heart. They're taking sick days. They're having ill effects. For everything from mild effects to palsies and all kind of shit, shaking and death. If you go look up at the, what is it? It's the vaccine. What is it? Vax adverse. I can't remember. Shoot, I was just looking at it. Hold on a second. It's VAERS. There you go. Go look it up. You'll scroll for days and days at how many. It's just crazy. Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. That's what it stands for. And lo and behold, they're having stuff to report. Lots of stuff to report, from death, like I said, all the way down. Okay, they're planning on getting 100 million of us. Also, the scuttlebutt now is there's going to be a quote unquote real pandemic, a real thing that could actually kill you in pretty good number. And now they've got these idiots lulled into the sense of security, just like they did all my gay friends. Oh, just put a condom on and you'll be fine. No, putting a condom on and you weren't fine. Putting a condom on killed you. Putting a condom on and continuing with that kind of behavior caused many, many, many of these people to get AIDS and die. It's the same guy, by the way. Now he's telling you, oh, just put the mask on and you'll be fine. No, you won't. And if they had something out there that really was that dangerous, that mask wouldn't protect you. So when they do, in fact, release something that is that dangerous, your immune system is what's you're gonna rely on, not the mask, not the shot. So I already think this one's going to get pulled down because I use too many words that they can choose. Like I said, there's nobody on the other side. There's no human over there listening, but there is an AI that can pick out the syllables and the sounds that they don't want us talking about. And see, we're at this point now where they don't want us to use certain words. They don't want us to talk about certain things in the United States. Let's start off with this. We'll start with this, yes. The general misconception is that any statute passed by legislatures bearing the appearance of law constitutes the law of the land. False. The U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and any statute to be valid must be in agreement. It is impossible for a law which violates the Constitution to be valid. This is succinctly stated as follows. And this is the other thing. Notice how it's succinctly stated. Notice how the judges, when they write their orders, they don't fucking write 20 pages with all of it, right? It's so ordered, blah, 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 right? Or it's like just super simple. That's the way you got to be. You got to, I spend more time going over my documents, pulling words out and taking out paragraphs and taking out sentences than I do putting words in. As a friend of mine said, she had an aunt or something that used to say, I would have written you a short note, but I didn't have the time. All laws which are repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. Done. One super short sentence. All laws which are repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. Marbury versus Madison, 5 U.S., 2 Cranch, 137, 174, 176, 1803. They've already, this is again stare decisis. This has already been decided. There's no need to freaking legislate. There's no need to anything. You don't need to adjudicate. I don't need the fucking opinion of a judge. This has already been decided. on more than one occasion. That's the most succinct and simple one. You cannot make other, and you can't run your business in contravention to the Constitution either. I don't give a fuck if you're Twitter or Facebook or YouTube. If you have a license to run this business, and you are involved in interstate commerce, which they all fucking are, they may not run their business in, right? The law of the land is the Constitution. I don't give a fuck if you're from England. I don't care if you're from France. I don't care if your company is headquartered in Brazil. If you're fucking doing business in the United States, you need to do business in the United States that is obeying the Constitution of the United States, right? And again, the Constitution of the United States did not confer any rights. All it did was protect rights you already had. And if you can't fucking run your business in this manner, you can't have the license to run the business. So we should pull it, right? That's why we have this government here. But no, it's been taken over. If you are lying on the news, you should lose your license. Simple as that. Your broadcast license. You cannot use the public airways to lie to us, right? But who holds their feet? One guy? You're gonna fucking rely on Trumpy Trump to fucking do everything for you, or are you gonna get off your fucking ass and start writing some paperwork so that you can go in there and point your finger and accuse also, or so that you can sue bonds and do the things to keep these fuckers in line also, or are you gonna let somebody else do it for you? Right, guys like me and guys like Kirk's Law Corner. I'll put some links down there. That guy is right. He's living over there in a statute land, though, right? But the same thing is he understands, man, absolutely, and he understands that you might want to know the law if you're going to come after these guys. Well, speaking of that, let's continue further. I was doing so well. I love this. Don't go down the rabbit hole. This is opinion from New York Times. Don't think, no critical thinking. Oh, wait, and I found all on the Dunn's website. I just typed in state of Hawaii. So wherever you're in, state of California, state of Texas. Oh, and by the way, did I tell you motherfuckers to prepare? Did I warn you? Did I absolutely tell you on more than one occasion that maybe you want to have power and food handled just in case, right? Never mind economic situation, maybe because, right? Here, wait, I'll put some letters up here for you. How about this? You know what this means? How about that? I told you so. Eventually you're going to figure out why I'm here, but that day isn't coming. But anytime soon, I'm sure. But the point being is, yeah, people in Texas and they're freezing to death and fucking so fucking stupid when it comes to science that they close the garage door and officiate themselves because they don't understand that, yeah, car exhaust, you probably don't want to breathe that. And then dumbasses going to sleep, leaving heaters on and burning. I mean, fuck, right? I mean, just fuck. I can't get over how fucking stupid these mask-wearing idiots are. And now there's less of them. As simple as that. But maybe you guys figure out you want to get your food handled. You want to have devices that you can just lay in the sun because, yeah, it's cold and snowy, but the sun is still out. So you can charge your electric devices and so forth. Now they're gouging the fuck out of these guys. Some of these guys are going to have $10,000 electric bills. Might want to tell your friends to shut off the auto pay because they will try and get it out of the bank accounts. But anyway, the point being is that, yeah, a lot of the country, no power, can't get food. Now they're talking about food shortages in certain places in Texas and Louisiana and New Mexico and up there in the panhandle of Oklahoma. I'm looking at the map in my mind. I mean, that whole area that got just smashed with just crazy cold temperatures because it's getting warmer. They just lie to you and you tell me some more lies, mainstream media. Man, you guys are just eating it up, right? Maybe not this crowd, but you know who I'm talking about and you see them, right? And they're sanctimonious at the same time, which is the best part, right? I mean, it is. They love being social justice warriors and telling you about the Green New Deal and telling you about how we need this and then when push comes to shove and reality sets in because the Democrats are reality optional, yeah, you see what happens. And now it's like, oh, who do we blame for this? And it's also the psyop that it's great that, oh, we can't get by on solar panels and wind, well, which we can't. But I mean, why? What do they want you to do? They don't want you to get better, quote unquote, free energy or better energy harvesting, because that's what we've done, right? We've moved from having to pull it up out of the ground, and that means you'd have to be in one special place. Oh, but then we figured out how to transport it using pipelines and trains and so forth, and that way to move the energy around. But then there's also the way it's like, okay, you don't have to live next to the ocean to eat fish. You can ship it and rail and ice and okay. Well, same thing. You don't have to live next to the oil patch to have energy. You can now harvest energy using these devices we call solar panels. And knowing how spin works, you can either have water. So if there's constantly flowing water, and there is pretty much everywhere, you could make energy that way and not destroy the water and not harm the fish, believe it or not, because there's simple devices that you can put in the water that will spin and create electricity. I see those all over the place. And there's also the ability to do the same with wind. Better than that, though, is magnets. Better than that, though, is using. Well, never mind. See, I can't go to some of these places, but the knowledge is coming. They're gonna release this stuff. Not anytime soon, but your grandkids will know a different world than we did, because they're not gonna. The Pisceans are over with, and they don't want to be over with, and they're holding on as tight as they can, and it's almost pathetic and sad at this point. But we're moving into Aquarius, and there's nothing they can do about it. The time has passed. These 80-year-old monsters that inhabit the halls of various political places, not just the United States, in our right. Take a look at how old these people are. Right, they're just old, decrepit, disgusting, old thinking, corrupt, baby raping, blood drinking losers who the worst of us rule us, and you guys can't seem to get rid of them, and can't seem to understand that nobody voted for these guys. Right? They've been getting put back in office through rigged elections for fucking decades, and finally people start to figure out, oh, the elections are rigged. I mean, it's crazy. Really, by now, right? Because when I was telling libertarians, who are supposed to be libertarians in California this years ago, I mean, like more than one election ago, they were like, you're crazy. There's no, I mean, our elections are secure. Our voting machines, and nobody would cheat. And the libertarians can't figure out why their candidates only get 1 or 2 or 3%. I mean, again, just fuck. It's painful. But the idea is that these people that rule us, they understand how we think and how to make us think and how to get us to think the way they want us to think. And all they had to do was take over mainstream media, get a few social influencers out there. And now there's a huge portion that are starting to figure out. And it's the same thing with my youngest boy, why he doesn't like chocolate. They're starting to figure out that, wait a minute, maybe we didn't want this after all. They give them what they want, and then make them choke on it, right? I want to eat chocolate. This is after Halloween. I want to eat my chocolate. I'm like, you can't have chocolate. It's breakfast time. Anyway, cried all day, made it all kind of, all right. So finally I just let him eat chocolate for breakfast, eat chocolate for snacks, eat chocolate for lunch. By afternoon, he wasn't liking chocolate so much. And to this day, this is when he was a little boy. He's now a teenager. To this day, he doesn't pick chocolate first. I mean, he can eat it, but he doesn't pick it out first if there's like a bag of candy or something. And they don't eat a whole lot of candy anyway, because sugar is bad for you. But the bottom line is what they're doing to these Democrats is feeding them their own bullshit. Okay, you wanted to get it. All right, so now we got all the executive orders. Now we got them. Hey, there's what, 32 million of you that need insulin. The price of insulin was chopped almost in half. Oh, but he raised it right back up again. How's that working out for you? You right? He's the oil coming down from the pipeline. We're still going to get the same amount of oil. We're just not going to send it the same way. We're not going to send it down the pipeline. So we don't need you pipeliners, you pipe fitters, you union workers. Fuck you, 50,000 of you. Go fuck yourselves. Right? What are they going to do? They're going to put it on Berkshire Hathaway's oil tanker cars instead, so that they ship the same amount of oil. They just ship it a different way, and a more dangerous way, by the way, and a more costly way, by the way. There is no reason for oil to be at the price it is, but the whole thing runs on the petrodollar, so I get why the price is up. It should be $10 a barrel right now. Lindsay Williams. I'll put a link to Lindsay Williams down there. Find your own stuff. But Lindsay Williams, spot on, was nailing it. If you don't know who that guy is, you ought to know who that guy is. All right. Anyway, let's read more. Uh-oh. All right. We may have to take a short break here. That's not the one I wanted to read from. Is this the one I wanted to read from? Nope. Hold on a second. I'm just scrolling on this page that I put a bunch of stuff so I could read it to you. And now I can't find it, of course, because I'm right here. Oh, look in the copper, just for fun. Copper has virus killing powers just like silver does, as it turns out. So that thin copper thread, you can put it in socks. There's like copper socks and copper underwear and copper stuff that great for getting rid of virus and MRSA and other things like that. Let's see here. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. That's an aside. Oh, I just read The Prince again. And if you read The Prince, Machiavelli, you will see that, everything will start to make sense to you if you go back and read The Prince. The fact that they want you broken and dependent on the government is absolutely rules of government from the rules of governance, from The Prince. Oh, shoot. That's got stuff in it. What am I doing? Aw, snap. What happened? All right, I'll tell you what. Am I still even broadcasting? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Yes, I am. All right. I'll be back in just a moment when I get my shit together. So there's 17 of you here. Look for my live streaming in like maybe just 5 minutes, not even. And let me get a few things together for me to read. I'll talk to you guys momentarily. Take it easy, crime stoppers. E pluribus unum.